Good morning, everyone. It's Friday, April 14th, 2017. And wanted to talk to you a little bit, but before I start talking about politics and all that stuff, I'd like to say a quick prayer for everyone everywhere on the planet, especially the oppressed and the occupied and the distressed over all these bombs that are being blown up in the Middle East. And yeah, so help the sick and suffering souls in the Middle East that don't know what's going to happen to them from a day-to-day basis because of all the oil greed in the Middle East. So figuring out who's going to get that oil in Syria, figuring out who's going to gain what, and what greed's going to be the top oil men or top gangster thugs. You know, they know. The parasitical 1% elite knows what they've been doing. So they portray themselves as peaceful people and wanting democracy for all nations, and yet they know what they're doing. So that's it. So I'm humbly Anna Anders here this moment. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. So may there one day be peace on the planet for everyone, everywhere, no exceptions. And may one day there be sacred truth and sacred honor for everyone, everywhere, no exceptions, for all cultures, all countries, no oppression, none of it. So that's what I have to say this supposed Holy Friday before Easter. Thank you. Okay, what I want to talk about this morning, I hope everybody's doing good, but I got up this morning thinking about cake. Cake, guys. You know, I'm a food addict, but no, I wasn't thinking about chocolate cake that you eat. I was thinking about brown cake, and not the beautiful brown cake that our president was talking about as we were bombing Syria and as we're bombing Afghanistan. So yeah, no, I didn't want to talk about the real cake that our Zog president, selected misleader, talked about in his video that I posted on my Facebook wall here. I wanted to talk about the brown cake put upon Syria recently here as of the last 2 weeks here. So of course it would be a week before the holiday, or Holy Day, Passover, Easter, all that stuff. They're always doing something. They're always busy staging and parading and charading something just before holidays. That's their favorite time because they know people are going to be busy, dizzy, shopping and getting their Easter outfits and getting their Easter food. That's the way it is here in corrupt, Zog-infested United States of corrupt Israel today. So that's what it is with the corrupt MIC. Corrupt MIC means corrupt military industrial complex. So we have a little bit of an infestation. Never mind bed bugs. We need to pay attention to the Zog, Z-O-G, Google, YouTube, Zog infestation, because that's what's really manifesting in our nation here and has been since the establishment of the Federal Reserve Bank. So not only did Syria get it from us this week, but Afghanistan did too. See, the Zionist globalist elite, the Purple Mafia, they love to leave their war wounds. They love to leave their signatures, or their tattoos upon our global humanity. And then they put their signatures on individual collective cultures by bombing them all, by dividing them all, by obliterating them all. And this is what's happening in the foreign Middle Eastern nations here today. So that's what we have. We have a corrupt rogue network that's very evil, giving Easter gifts, okay, from the antiquated and so very anonymous. They've always been anonymous. You can't catch these guys, okay, because they're so secret. They're so secret, but they want to know everything about you. You got to have a license to breathe. You got to have a license to drive. You got to have a license to fish. You got to have a license to be born. By the way, check your birth certificate, okay, because it's all in capital letters. So they talk about Anna Anders writing in capital letters. I have something to say, so I'm going to use capital letters. And by the way, don't ever use your smartphone while it's plugged in because it will burn out your eyes. Okay, guys? So I have that to say for sure. You'll end up with blisters on top of your eyelids and on the bottom. Happened to me both times and been happening to me ongoing here whenever I catch myself. But these days I don't use my phone even though right now I'm looking into the camera, it's all kind of a blur there for me. I can see my figure, you know, my shape of my face and all that, but I can't see the way I need to see. But anyhow, what I want to say is, yeah, don't use your smartphone technology while it's plugged in. It will ruin and destroy your eyes. That's what I want to say to you. So in the meantime, though, yeah, kind of like the bombs being dropped off in the Middle East, Afghanistan. Their eyes are probably really getting ruined, if you will. So yeah, the empire has been running this stuff. They run it. They control it. They control it all. They dominate it all. They intimidate it all. They're intimidating us from local to global, telling us there's a new boogeyman. There's a new boogeyman to be found. His name is Assad. Okay. Every time we turn around, they manifest a new Hollyweird boogeyman for us. So, you know, people, Hollyweird is owned, I don't say Hollywood anymore. Hollyweird is owned by the Purple Mafia. Okay, the 1% Zionist globalist elite. See, those are the ones that are playing all these shady games because of the real No Dapple movement in the Middle East. The real No Dapple movement is not up in Bismarck, North Dakota. That's a real bad example of the Illuminati exploiting, desecrating the indigenous tribes people. So that's what it is. Don't know what to say about that other than to tell the truth, people. Don't use your movie stars. Don't use your actors and actresses. Don't use your Illuminati agents, Purple Mafia, to exploit indigenous people even more and to exploit the American people even more. So that's what we got going on to justify a lot of this warmongering and oil mongering, okay, bait and switch games. And then they want us to attack the banks right now because the banks know that they did the dirt. So by the protesters, the staged protesters and the paid protesters standing up to say that we should boycott the banks, those bad boys are in collusion with the Illuminati. They're in collusion with the Purple Mafia, and that's exactly what's happening. That is exactly what's happening. So if you're standing in front of a bank saying don't use this bank, you are part of the problem too, because you are being intimidated and indoctrinated to do that behavior, and it being instructed by the Purple Mafia, so and handled by that. So the Adam Shimonis of the world knows this, and the Cleve Benalis of the world know it. So they're never going to talk about the chocolate cake that Anna's talking about here, see, or the political truth, okay? So dropping a little bit of a truth bomb here on Holy Friday for you guys, and that's all I can say. This is what I got up this morning thinking about. This is my way of thinking. I don't know how to think any other way, and I don't apologize for it. Thank you. So that's where I'm at. So yeah, the Zionist 1% parasitical elite empire that manifested Israel, corrupt Israel, and that is manifesting the corrupt Greater Israel project or projection in the Middle East for the real black snake oil pipelines, because that's what's being established, that and roadways. They do this stuff. They do it, and then they lie to us all. They lie to us all, and that includes our military too. So my heart goes out to everyone everywhere. We're all being indoctrinated, and so that's what they do. So, and unfortunately for us, the people of the planet, they have put all their eggs in one basket, okay? They're bombing eggs. They're military power, if you will. And so if you look into the Middle East, you're going to see all our military bases surrounding all those countries that we supposedly had conflicts with. Well, now that we're established there, we are Israel's military bases. So Israel is the forward military base. Thank you. I'm humbly Anna Andrews. I got to stop the video. My granddaughter's here. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.